Hi, my name's Heather. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Before we get into the top 5 plants that I currently own, I just want to do a little housekeeping and let you guys know that I do have a new Instagram name. It is Heather_Hoyas because I just think that name is so lovely and it suited me a lot better than Shrummy 1313. And you can also find my new YouTube channel. Not new YouTube channel, just my new name on my YouTube channel as Heather Hoyas. And yeah, I just want to make sure that I got that taken care of before we get into the fun of this video. This video was inspired by one of my currently favorite plant tubers right now, and her name is PlantMeAshley. If you haven't seen her, I'm surprised that you haven't because she is blowing up all over YouTube. She's got over 8,000 subscribers. She is going crazy with all the subs, and she recently did a like a top favorite or favorite houseplant tour type of thing recently, and I was really inspired, and today we're gonna look at my top 5 favorite houseplants. So if you've been watching my current like houseplant tours, one of my favorite houseplants should come to no surprise to you because I have so many cuttings of this plant. I have a full plant that I'm looking at right now, and I have a tiny little plant, and at the moment this tiny little Hoya Bella is one of my current favorites. I'd say definitely, by putting it in top 5 doesn't mean that I dislike this plant any less than my other plants that are in my top 5. It's just that this one hasn't been doing quite as much as the other ones in my top 5. This Hoya Bella is so cute. It's been putting out some pretty decent growth. I have it in this little clear I guess cup, and it doesn't actually have a drainage hole. I'm just really careful about watering it and just giving it a little bit as it needs it, and I really just watch the dirt, and I guess I just watch the leaves as well. That way I know whenever it needs to be watered. This guy has a few little growth points that have been growing really well, and I just love her. I love Hoya Bella. Hoya Bella is probably one of my favorite plants, and I just can't get enough of it. Hoya Bella always puts out these tiny little peduncles, and they never fully mature, and for that you're not the top 1 pick, okay? Whenever you can produce a peduncle and it actually stays and it flowers, you can be my number 1 then. Yeah, like right now it has like 2 of these little baby, almost microscopic peduncles that I know I shouldn't get my hopes up because they're never gonna go anywhere, because they always fall off. And for that, you're gonna stay in number 5 until then. And number 4 on my top 5 is going to be Hoya australis Lisa. I love, and oops, I almost knocked over my camera. I love and am really obsessed with this Hoya. This Hoya, I got it from, oh, I can't even remember, but it was a different country. I think it might have been Indonesia or Thailand. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I love this plant. It looks a lot like a Crimson Carnosa princess, had to think. And but she's just a little bit more exotic, I think. Her leaves and her coloring is just a little bit more fancy, I think, and the really pink leaves come in so beautifully. The reason that this is my number 4 in the ranking is because we had a little bit of an issue at some point. There were a lot more leaves along the stem, and for some random reason, I think she got a little bit of a bacterial infection, because there would all of a sudden be a little black spot that would appear on some of the leaves, and slowly but surely that black spot would just like almost eat away at the leaf, and it would immediately turn yellow and just fall off. And I lost a lot of growth off of this plant because of it. There was it was continuing to grow right here, but like I said, I lost a lot of it during that little bacterial infection. But there is some new growth right up here, which I'm super duper excited about. And for that, you're in my top 4. Love you, Hoya australis Lisa. My 3rd favorite plant you guys have never seen, because I actually just got this probably about maybe a week and a half ago, and I'm obsessed with Cissus Discolor. I mean, she is so freaking beautiful. I have never had such an exotic plant in my house before, and I can't get enough of her. She's so beautiful. Like the backs of her leaves are so maroon and so lovely. I just think that she's so gorgeous. She's got a lot of new little growth points, which I'll, show on the side. She's got a lot of new little growth points going on. The reason that she is number 3, or not 2, 3. The reason she's number 3 in my ranking is because she's a little bit more finicky, and because I haven't had her for long enough for her to prove to me that she should be number 1. You know what I'm saying? Hoya. This is not Hoya. This is Sis's Discolor is it's kind of finicky a little bit, as in she has a lot of needs. She needs to be watered a lot. I water her not every other day, but maybe every 3 days or so. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I read that this is also known as a Begonia Rex vine, and which makes sense because begonias also need a lot of water, and the Cissus Discolor really likes humidity too. So I have a little baby humidifier that sits up there next to her just for her. I even actually ordered a new humidifier from Amazon just specifically for this plant because I want her to thrive and be luscious and beautiful and just trail all down my wall. I just think she's so gorgeous, and nobody talks about Cissus Discolor enough, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, so beautiful. So, number 2. This plant has been through hell and back. She came back from the brink of death and I don't know how she's thriving and how she's doing so well. So whenever you see her, you can definitely see her scars from where I almost lost her, and it was really because of the winter time. This was my first winter in Florida, and whenever it was chilly, I didn't really want to go outside, and this is where this guy always stays, is outside, and she really needed to be watered more than I was watering her. And there was a moment where she just lost almost all of her leaves, and then I was just like, shit, I need to water her and I need to get back to it, because I guess I took for granted like all of her luscious leaves, because she used to look so beautiful and so full, and I feel bad kind of showing her off like this, but right now she's number 2 because of all of these beautiful flowers. This is I think this is a Mona Lisa lipstick plant. Please correct me in the comments down below if that is incorrect. But if you could see, like, these are the scars I was talking about, like all the bare leggy parts of her. They were all covered in leaves, and now not so much. I'm glad that I brought her down because she definitely needs to be watered again. Imagine that. But yeah, if you're ever wondering why a lipstick plant is called a lipstick plant, is because they produce these little buds, and when they come out, it looks like a tube of lipstick. And she's just so beautiful. There's so many blooms all over this flower, and she's quite long, and she's gorgeous, and she's a fighter, and she deserves second place. She probably even deserves first place, but I have a very special plant that will get first place until further notice. So I wonder if you guys can guess what my first place will be. Yes, it's a Hoya. Yes, it has small leaves. It produces white fuzzy flowers, and if that doesn't give it away, then you're crazy and you're not a Hoya lover, and you need to be. So keep watching because you're gonna be obsessed. This is Hoya Lacunicosa! Hoya Lacunicosa is amazing. She is just a pusher of peduncles and flowers, and she is constantly blooming. She's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visible peduncles. She probably has more like hidden around, but she's always blooming and always so precious. Like, there's 2 peduncles on one vine. This guy is getting ready to bloom, and there's another little baby peduncle right down here, and just, oh my goodness, I love her. I love her so much because It is so hard for me to get a Hoya to bloom, and ever since I've got her, she's just blooms. Whenever I first got her, she was already in bloom, and that was super duper exciting because I'd never seen one in person blooming before. And then whenever I had her for a little while, she didn't bloom at all. I think she was acclimating to being outdoors and at my house and acclimating to being in Florida, I guess. But yeah, she didn't really bloom when I first got her. And then all of a sudden, she like flipped a switch and she was like, I want to produce flowers, baby. And I was like, all right, let's have it. Yeah, she's just so beautiful. The only downside that I have about this plant, and it's not really about I guess this plant in particular, or no, not about Hoya lacinosa in particular, but it's about this plant in particular, is that I've been fighting off mealy bugs for so long now off of it. I mean, the amount has definitely decreased a ton. I've sprayed this with neem oil. I've gone in individually with like a toothpick and like scraped the mealies off. Like I am just really trying to take care of this Hoya lacinosa because I don't want her to be gone. I want her to be healthy, and I want her to survive and just be beautiful and luscious and put out all these peduncles and all these flowers and continue doing that. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. But yeah, that is why Hoya lacinosa is my #1 plant. Well, my #1 current houseplant that I currently own at the moment. She's beautiful. She's lovely. Nobody talks about Hoya lacinosa enough. I think they should. Oh, hi Maggie. Oh, you want to say hello? You want to say hello to the camera? Oh, and then thank you, Maggie, for helping me close off this video. You have been so good and so patient and so quiet, and for that we love you and we appreciate you. Even when you be unrolling all the toilet paper whenever there's a toilet paper shortage, I still love you. Kind of. You're kind of the worst at the same time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. If you have any video suggestions, also leave that down below. I think my next video is gonna be like a wish list type of video, and I might just break it down into genus or like you know, Hoyas or philodendrons and what have you. But yeah, stay tuned for my next video on that, and we'll see you next time.